Hello?
Hello, Ornella.
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, I am Göknur Akçadağ. How are you? Aslında. Merhaba.
Merhabalar. Hello, hello everyone.
Hello. Can
Hello,
you see me?
Ornella. Not
Yes.
yet. Not yet,
No?
my dear. No, not yet.
Why?
10 minutes.
There's something special I have to do, no?
No, I don't think so. Can you see us, Ornella?
Yes, I can see you.
We can see us. Okay. Do you have any camera?
Oh, no, yes, maybe I have to do this one.
Yes.
Okay.
As we have tried before. So I would like to introduce Ms. Göknur Akçadağ to Ornella Bombaci. So
Thank you, Selda. How are you, Ornella?
Fine, thanks. Nice to meet you.
Yes, nice to meet you too. It's a very special meeting today.
Oh, it's an honor to me, really. It's a really
Thank
honor.
you very much.
I
Oh,
think
that's-
Göknur Hocam, Ornella'yı co-host yapmamız lazım herhalde. Let's try how she reflects her screen. So
Yeah.
please, can you make her co-host if it's possible?
Ben yazdım şimdi. Açan.
Okay, I suppose I can.
Selda Hanım merhaba.
Merhabalar, nasılsınız?
Teşekkür ederim. Siz de iyisiniz umarım.
Sağ olun, çok teşekkürler. Ahmet Bey siz misiniz? Tamam.
Halil
Okay.
Halil Bey, merhabalar.
oldu galiba ama galiba bağlantı biraz geç gidiyor diye düşünüyorum.
Olabilir, birazcık olabilir öyle bir şey. İnternetten dolayı oluyor.
Muhtemelen. Şu an bir sıkıntı var mı peki?
Şu anda hiçbir sıkıntı yok.
Tamam.
I can see the screen. Ornella, you can see your own screen?
Yes.
Yes, that's fine. But can we make it later? I mean, when we start, maybe we are going to have some introduction. So afterwards, you can share your screen. Is it possible, Ornella?
Sorry, can you repeat me? Sorry.
Now we can see your screen. If you stop sharing your screen and after we introduce you and we just have an introduction, you can share your screen.
So I interrupt my sharing, okay?
Okay. So I see. So I would like to introduce also my daughter, Defne Dinçer. Defne, you are on mute. Can you? Okay.
Hi.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Fine, thanks. Fine, thanks.
This is nice.
Happy to be with you this afternoon.
Yes, we're very proud. Thank you very much.
No, I am proud.
And I also would like to introduce Ekin Kahraman. So they are both friends and high school students. So we are expecting also other students as well from high schools and universities, because this meeting is especially for them, as you know.
I hope to interest them.
Yes, so there are other people are coming, and with some nice music around.
Yes.
That's
someone
fine.
is coming with music. Yes.
Yeah, nice Italian music. We have also nice Turkish music, so maybe at the end we can listen to it. So yeah.
Probably you will need to ask them to put all in mute.
Yes, sure.
Maybe there's something that puts them in mute.
I suppose it is the most typical phrases that we are saying in these days. Please put in mute.
Pinella, I think you are here as well. Bombaci.
I'm just wondering that is the brother of my Uncle Pinella.
Oh, okay, could be. So if you could mute yourself, that would be great. Yeah. So I see people are coming in. So we have still 5 minutes to go.
Yes, yes.
So how is Ornella? How is everything? How was your day today?
Oh, quite busy.
Okay, as always, as
As
usual.
always, yes, yes. Pinella has called me this morning, and I said, "Oh, I will call you in a few minutes." And she waited for 6 hours, more or less.
That's normal. I can
That's
understand
normal,
that.
yes, yes. So we have 1 hour sharp. Is it correct?
Yes,
So
yes,
we
1 hour.
will keep the time, huh?
Yes, but sometimes people are confused because in Turkey we don't change the hours anymore. So you have recently changed the hours, I think.
Mhm.
So maybe there's a, I don't know. We have already informed people about that. But
Yes,
let's
I
see
see.
what
I saw
will-
your post this morning. Yes, I saw.
Okay, that's fine. I see Betül as well, but only the logo. They are also a famous association in Turkey for sponsoring students, very famous. So, okay, the people are coming.
Don't say how many they are. Huh? Don't say to me.
Okay,
No, not before.
not before. Okay, I'm waiting as well. We have still some time. I also go and get some water for myself. Betül, hi, good evening.
Okay.
Hi to everyone.
Hi.
Good
Hello.
afternoon.
Good afternoon. I was just sharing the announcement in the last minute to remember everyone, to students, because remember the announcement last week, so they might have forgotten the exact
Yeah, it
date.
should
So
be.
yeah, probably. Because of the quarantine days, there are so many online events. So the schedule, the calendar of the students are quite busy.
Yeah, yes, in fact. We spent all the time with phones and looking at someone in the video.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Ma hai disattivato anche il video? No. No, il tuo video?
No, Rita, non ho disattivato, noi non possiamo per niente partecipare.
Oh, beautiful language. Italian
Beautiful language, Italian language from my uncle. Yes.
Your uncle. Oh, the family, the big Italian family.
Fai qualcosa, avvisa tutti di mettere tutto in muto, per favore.
Ornella, questo è zio Gianni.
Lo so benissimo, anche zio Pippo ho sentito, avvisa tutti di mettere il muto. Te l'avevo detto.
Zelda.
Hello, my dear Pinella Pupika, how are you?
Good evening, I'm fine, my dear. I am proud of this event today.
Yes, I'm proud as well. I'm very proud of you, my dear Pinella. Thank you very much for coming and joining.
Bene. And I saw on Facebook that also your young member was awarded by. Yes, it is important, Zelda, for your club.
It's very important. Yes, she has been awarded as a scientific by the scientific committee of BAGE, and in law. So I have already informed the current new elected president, Alice, and also Tommy.
Brava Selda.
So congratulations.
Thank you very much. Unfortunately, she is
Finland.
doing
Oh,
exam.
wow.
So, hello, Finland, Leah.
Hello, hello.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
İpek, hello, merhaba.
Hello, hello, Pinella. How are you?
Ciao, I'm fine, mamma mia.
Yeah, after so long time, we are all together.
Oh, my dear, so
my,
happy.
my dear Rose Pinella. I'm
Mama.
missing your roses.
Mamma mia.
You look very nice.
So
It's very
proud,
good to see
so
you again.
proud. We have to organize a great event when this pandemic will finish
Right.
in Iceland, because there will be the European conference,
Right.
and I will wait for all of you.
Sure, sure.
We
No
will be
doubt.
with you.
No doubt.
Iceland is very far, but
Never mind. We have never seen Iceland before. I mean, it would be very nice if we can see all together and be together. Or
yes,
just
it
fun,
is.
you know, for just having some fun.
Yes.
Hello to everybody, by the way. Göknur, hello to you as well.
Hello, hello.
Hello, Ornella.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. And other family, Bombaci family, I guess.
That's all the family online today.
Rebecca,
How much family?
Ornella, it is my niece.
Oh,
And when she was born,
No.
I had her in my arms, and
yeah.
very little baby, like now my granddaughter, and now she's an engineer, and she was awarded for her research on Mars, for the water on Mars, and
Wonderful, fabulous.
Strange things, huh?
there is also
Great.
Lea.
As I know you, Pinella, I'm not surprised with the success of your relatives, actually. She has a good role model in front of her.
That's correct, absolutely.
Great, great. So I think we have lots of people today from all over the world.
Brava.
Yes, Turkey, Italy, students, university students. I see many of them. Yelda Hanım, hoş geldiniz siz de. She is also a director of a very, very important NGO in Turkey. Çağdaş Yaşamı Destekleme Derneği. How would we translate that? Yes. Volkan Bey, hoş geldiniz. İyi akşamlar.
Hoş bulduk.
So Volkan Bey is also a very important teacher in Turkey. He's also he has also awards from the government, and he's a very talented and very enthusiastic teacher for the Turkish students. So I'm so happy that he is also with us.
Selda'cığım başlayalım mı? Bekleyelim.
Okay, I think it's good to start. We have already. Herkes bir mikrofonları mute ederse çok mutlu olurum. So if all can mute their microphone so we can start. Göknur Hocam, buyurun isterseniz sizden başlayalım. So we can start with you.
Hi everyone. Today we are with Ornella Bombaci. I'm Göknur Akçadağ, Director of the Center for Women's Studies at Nişantaşı University. Ornella, thank you very much on behalf of Nişantaşı University for being with us, firstly. You work in a very valuable and curious field. It will be precious for us to listen to you as a female role model and be inspired. And it's very important for us. Yes, Selda, you can continue.
Okay, thank you very much. I would like to start my words by my speech with Buonasera. So for those who are
Buonasera.
coming from Italy, buonasera, merhaba in Turkish, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I welcome you all as the president of BPWİstanbul Business and Professional Women. And I'm so happy to have so many participants today from all over the world, as well as from high schools and the universities. So the reason for that is that we have a very special guest, our famous Ornella Bombaci, and I'm so honored and pleased to host her this evening. In the name of BPWİstanbul board and members, I would like to thank her so much for her precious time. The story of Ornella is very interesting. I had a speech previously with her, and she's a woman with full of dreams, a life with science and satellites, a life with discoveries, and dedicated to search for life on Mars, and so amazing and full of enthusiasm. So I'm sure today that Ornella is a scientist and also as a woman had many challenges to achieve her goals in life, but she never gave up. And we are so curious to hear how she managed to fulfill her dreams to reach the sky. Our mission today is to learn from her how to inspire young women to enter STEM area. And I'm very happy to have you all here, and I'm very curious about what she's going to tell us today. And I would like to thank also Nişantaşı University and Ms. Göknur Akçadağ for this event for today. And before starting, I would like to yield the floor to Defne and Ekin, who are high school students, and they are going to moderate today's session. And thank you once again to you all for coming and joining us today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Selda, really.
Welcome everyone again, and thank you, Ms. Bombaci. Me and Ekin will be moderating the session. After Ms. Bombaci's speech, we will be directing questions from the audience. You can ask your questions to Ms. Bombaci by messaging me or Ekin privately. Following, Ekin will be reading Ms. Bombaci's biography.
Hi everyone, welcome all. I will be reading, as Daphne said, I will be reading Ms. Bombaci's biography. Ornella Bombaci, born in Italy in 1966, is today responsible for Bids and Future Business Department in Domain Observation and Navigation in Thales Alenia Space, Italy. She has a degree in electronic engineering, master in remote sensing. She is also a mother of 3. She has been working in TIS for 28 years, participating to several ESA and NASA exploration missions, Cassini, Mars Express, ExoMars, as radar projects technical leader, and in the recent past as responsible of observation payload department. She participated in the design, development, and in-orbit testing of the first Italian Earth observation satellites constellation, Cosmos SkyMed, for the Italian Space Agency. With her participation in Mars's radar sounder design and development, she contributed to the discovery of a 20-kilometer wide lake of liquid water underneath solid ice in the Mars Planium Austral region, which was published on 25th of July 2018 in Science magazine first release.
In addition to all these, Ornella, as a space engineer, has been included in Forbes magazine along the 100 winning Italian women for the year 2020 for water research on Mars. Ms. Bombaci, the floor is now all yours.
Oh, thank you so much to everybody. I'm really honored to be with you today. I see the number of participants are, and it is very important for me to answer to your wishes, to give you a model of my life and the model of how to succeed in your expectation and in your dreams. I hope that these few words can help you in never give up, as Zelda said, because it's not so simple everyday life, but surely if you want to, you can. I suppose that it could be, let's say, interesting for us having just a more in deep about how my life was done in the beginning from my education. I don't know if I need to share something. If you, Zelda, do you prefer that I share something or not?
Of course, you can share. You have a nice presentation, as far as I know.
Okay, so
Share
I can share. Okay, so I hope you can see.
Yes, we can see you.
Okay, so I will go through very fast because I would like to have your questions. So I will go as fast as I can through a short personal story that is a struggle between two centuries. And it is not just a joke, but it is important to take in our minds that these last 40 years have been sincerely very important for the satellite observation of the Earth and of the planets. And my lucky was to stay in this moment when this happened. In this presentation, I would like also to show you some let's say, most enjoyed experiences, especially as said today regarding the discovering of planets, and also give an overview of what is now the Earth observation and why this Earth observation for us is becoming really needed, essential for our life. I can go through the presentation. I hope it is possible for me. I don't know. Okay. So as said, I came from a scientific secondary school with no specific ideas of what to do. What I was passionate was the environmental monitoring. Let's consider that we are talking about 80s, the end of 80s, when nobody effectively knew the word sustainable progress. We only have some ideas about something is going wrong with our ozone hole. We started in understanding that we have to take care of our Earth, but we did not have specific informations on how to do. So I was passionate in this environment, but apparently my choices of electronic engineering was far from this. It was not at the end, and surely it was a first challenge, because at that time we are talking about 1984. Only 1% of students was a woman. But I was not scared of that because I had a familiar tradition on that. Since my mother was one of the first architects in Italy, and earning her degree in early 60s, studying as an off-site student. And she always said to me, if you really want, you will. So I had done. So I chose my electronic engineering degree, and I understood soon that it was the real good choice to give a contribution to this environmental monitoring, because in that times, in that years, the development of radio frequency and digital electronics in radar, essentially, were giving to the Earth observation a boost, because the imaging radars that since that time was not absolutely used at all from satellites, just some poor experiences by airborne, this kind of radars were becoming the candidates to give lots of information through a continuous observation of any natural hazard events. Just to anticipate something, the radar imaging is quite different from the normal cameras or optical imaging of the Earth, as you can see from Meteosat, for example, when you see the weather forecast, they are optical images. The radar images have the characteristics that they can see the planets every day, even with clouds, even by night, because the radar has its own source of light, that is the RF signal. So the imaging radars can give a continuous observation of the Earth and of the planet. I was very lucky again because I had a big professor that was Giovanni Picardi that supported me in developing my baccalaureate thesis in the industry. So I soon came in contact with the industry and with the possibility to develop something. And surely he was convinced that these instruments would open the door to a significant progress in the planet science. As an example, my thesis demonstrated that from radar observation, we can have, and you see an example in this slide, we can derive the 3D model, so the information not only of the surface, but also of the height of the mountains from satellites that is very highly accurate and more accurate with respect to the usual terrestrial techniques. So I started with an innovation, and it was, in a certain sense, the first step in this story. As I said, I was soon employed in Thales Alenia Space, and I'm still there. In this story, it is important to say that I started from very low, let's say, level of responsibility. I was an analyst. I had to analyze data, to derive information for my bosses. And from the beginning, the work was a teamwork. But step by step, with an increasing level of responsibility, I had the possibility, and it was again another luck, I had the possibility to be involved in lots of exciting stories about the exploration of the planets that were started in that period, because the Italian Space Agency was founded just some years before. And the Italian Space Agency soon invested on exploration of planets, giving some money to go to Titan with Cassini, to Mars especially. Developing lots of instruments to observe these planets. This exploration of planets, sorry, I have lots of
Can you
noise.
please mute yourselves, please? Thank you.
Okay. So the exploration of the planets was, let's say, the scientific boost to develop instruments that then have been used for the observation of the Earth. In these slides, you can see examples of the observation of the Earth. I put some words to explain you which places are these. And for my Italian auditor, you can recognize Sicily in the slides. And as you can see, the images are not so easy to understand. They are in grayscale. But their characteristic is that you can see these images even in night. When you have an optical instrument, you can't see these images because there's no sun, there's no illumination of the sun. With the radar, you can see these images every day, every night, and even if they are covered by clouds. So you can understand that imaging through radars means that you have an emergency like an earthquake or whatever you have, and you need to see what's happening, the extension of the disaster, the extension of the emergency. You have to see if also if there are clouds, or also if we are during night. And the radar imaging can do this. So my luckness was that I was traveling through the scientific exploration of planets, and at the end I used all the experiences done in planets to develop such kind of instrument that can monitor our Earth. So to go in detail and showing you something that I hope you can enjoy, the exploration of planets that started at the end of '80s and is still ongoing, started with a very first, I mean, in Italy, and with collaboration with the United States National Aerospace and Space Administration, so NASA, started with the Cassini. Cassini, it was a mission that lasted 10 years that went to Saturn, and especially to Titan, this moon of Saturn, because this moon of Saturn is considered the most similar moon, most similar to the Earth. So the study of this moon could give us some informations about our planet. The same applies also to the exploration of Mars. As you perfectly know, Mars is considered a planet that has already passed the time that we are passing. The scientists are convinced that the Earth, if in the Earth we can, we do not intervene in blocking the increasing of the temperature, at the end, the Earth will become as Mars. So arid, so red, so absolutely without life. So the study of Mars means to understand why Mars has become as it is today. To understand this, the very important is to go not only to see the surface of Mars, but to go in deep in Mars, to see the history of these planets through the investigation of this subsurface. So both missions, Mars Express and Charade, Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, embark two sounders. The sounder is a radar, I will show you after, that has the capability not only to take photos of the surface, but has the capability to take, let's say, like a tomographic images of the subsurface, so of the inner straits of the planet. So to see what is under the surface and possibly the famous water. The story is not finished. Lots of satellites are going through planets. The next, I just put here, let's say just a point. The next most important is a Jewish mission that will come to Jupiter, to the icy moon of Jupiter, with the same intent to understand the story of our solar system. So going very fast, Cassini was the first. Cassini was done in collaboration with JPL, essentially, and the Italian Space Agency. It was really the first. And you see in these slides, the really first radar image of Titan. You see that it's very long, but it's just a very small piece of all the information that we had. As you see, the scope was to have a topography of the planet, the composition of this surface, and to characterize the internal structure. What is important to say soon is that this kind of missions lasts 20 years. From when we imagine the mission, since you have the first data, may pass 20 years. This is the case of Cassini that has been launched in October 1997, but it was designed at least 15 years before, and that finished his travel, and also and it was destroyed on Saturn a couple of years ago. So you can imagine how many data has given to us. So let's go to the famous story of the water on Mars. in this slide, I would like only to give you an idea of which is the theory behind. Afterwards, I will try to share some videos that can help for you to comprehend the functioning of this instrument. The result of the data is again like a tomography of the planet. The idea is that, as shown in the bottom of this slide, that if you have an incident wave, a part of this wave is reflected by the surface. That is normal as a light. But the part of this incident wave can go down and be refracted down, going so in the inner straits of the planet. This is then reflected again when this wave encounter discontinuities. And so the way in which this wave is reflected by the subsurfaces discontinuities gives to the scientist the possibility to understand which is the material that has reflected the wave, so they can understand if the reflection in the subsurface has been due to a kind of rock or water. So I hope to share something now. Let me okay. I'm trying to do. Can you hear? Can you see?
The video is not on, Ornella.
Oh, no?
I can only see the files.
Okay. I don't know why.
Yes, now it's okay.
Okay. So as you can see, Mars Express satellites was launched in 2003 when the Earth was very near to Mars, so to short the travel, and soon it began to give us some information. So data will be sent to Earth soon. After a couple of months, it reached Mars and started this way of sensing. I hope that this can give you the idea of which is the functionality of this radar. As you see, the wave come back from the discontinuity given by the water. So when the scientists have seen this reflection, they understood by a long time that this reflection has been given by the water. This is in very short the way of functioning of this okay, I will again give you the okay. So this was let's say the idea, and you see in the right bottom of the slides, you see the radargram. The radargram, as you see, is a very different from a typical photo. It is not a photo in 2D dimension. It's a photo in 3D. That bright stripes that you see are the discontinuity that the radar has detected. So studying by these discontinuities, the scientist has discovered the water. To say that Mars Express has been launched in 2003, and as said by you during the introduction, the discovery of the water has been done in 2018. So 16 years of data have been needed to understand that this discontinuity was the water. And I can say that during the years, we have had the intuition that this was the case. But as in medicine, the theory was put in trouble several times since they have been really convinced of the fact that there was water on Mars. As you can understand, the presence of water on Mars is of bright importance for many reasons. One of the reasons is that, as I said, it demonstrates that really Mars is our past. It represents the past of the Earth. So, to be sure, if we are sure that Mars, sorry, put in mute. Sorry, could you put in mute? If we are sure, and now we are, that on Mars, in the subsurface of Mars, we have water, it probably means that the water was in the surface in the past, and something has inherited the planet. So the most important things now, and Perseverance is doing this job, and other rovers will do this job, is to understand why it happens, why the water was let's say cancelled by the surface of Mars. And this is of a really great paramount importance for our story, for our Earth monitoring. And the second importance is that if we want to go to Mars, to be, let's say, in the position to understand better, it is not an invasion, it's a way to understand by staying there, the past, the real story of Mars. The presence of water is really important. It is a salt water. We know that this water is salad, so it means that has also not only the capability to be drink after obviously a purification, but also it gives lots of information by itself, because it includes materials that it can be studied. It is important to say that this water was found very in deep. I mean 10 kilometers in deep in Mars. So it's very far from surface. So if we want to reach this water, we have to go with instruments that can reach this deeper. So just to give you the difference between the two instruments, because Mars was the first, Charade was the second. The first mission was Italian, was completely European. The second was American. Just to show you the difference of the two instruments, to understand why, for example, we send similar instruments in the same planet. The first one on the top is Charade. Charade gives you, I hope that you can appreciate that Charade gives more details. It was an instrument with a very higher resolution that can't go so in deep, while Marsis, that is at the bottom, was capable to go more in deep with a lower resolution. So comparing the answers from these two sounders, scientists succeed in achieving this important discovery, that was the presence of the water underneath solid ice, because we knew perfectly that we have ice on Mars in the poles, and if the water was under. It has been described as a 20-kilometer wide zone, so a very large zone of water. And as I said, this presence has implication for astrobiology and future exploration. It is important for me personally because, as I said, my mentor was Professor Picardi. He was the man that in 19 has the intuition to say and to understand that probably on Mars we could have some water. Why I'm saying this? Why I'm underlying this aspect? Because one of the most important things to do to reach our dreams is to understand which people can help us. Help not giving you, let's say, some boost in some way, but giving us the continuous understanding that if you have an intuition, if you really, let's say, are convinced of something, you need to perceive and go in detail while, since you don't reach your answer, even if the answer is you are wrong, it is important to continue insisting, to having evidence of what you are looking for. This is paramount importance in case of STEM, as we say, STEM topics, because scientists, technologies, mathematics needs to be proved, needs to be, let's say, criticized, and so the wrong intuition are part of the job. But we absolutely need to go until we are convinced that the answer is that answer. So Professor Picardi gave us, not only to me, but all his students, this, let's say, trend to not to give up, as Zelda said at the beginning. Okay, this is the story of Mars. This is the story of water. What was another really enjoying story for me, even though in this case not finished so well, is landing on Mars. You probably, as listening in these days, talking about ExoMars, that is the next upcoming mission, like Perseverance, that will go on Mars. But European Space Agency that has sponsored this mission has already sent a lander on Mars in 2016. And on board of this lander, there were a radar to which I participated, and I designed this radar that has the job to guide the lander. As you can understand, when the lander, I will show you a video. When the lander is left on the Mars or planets in general atmosphere, it is alone. It is alone, and it has to choose the way not to be destroyed by impacting to the planet. The radar that I designed has the job to give to the lander the position, the relative position with respect to the surface, his height, and also his velocity. This information has to be given to the guidance and navigation control system to derive exactly the position, so to activate the thrusters to stop and to, let's say, slow the arrival to Mars. Unfortunately, maybe you have this information. The name of the lander was Schiaparelli, from a famous scientist of the past. This lander has been destroyed by its impact on the satellite of Mars, because this guidance navigation control system has a fail. As I said, this is lots of failures are, especially in the planet's exploration. Next mission will be in 2022. And we hope that we have understood which was the problem for Schiaparelli. So in 2022, we hope to arrive on Mars without destroying the lander, especially because in this next lander, a rover like Perseverance will be put on the surface of Mars, and a drill will penetrate the surface of Mars and will keep some rocks that will be put in storage. And another mission, a further mission, that is Mars sample return, will take in 10 years, will take this rock and will put them on the Earth. So as you can understand, the exploration of planets takes a long time. We have to be patient. I started with my thesis in 1984, and I'm still there waiting to reach Mars. And I hope to do not today, but in 2 years. So it's a very long story, and it is a story of passion. And during this story, not all the things go in the right direction. What is important is not to forget that you are reaching your dreams, or trying to reach your dreams. So stay safe and go. So as I said, next step will be Jupiter. Again with the sounder, so going down within the planet. Just to finish and to give you an idea of what is my proud. It was let's say, Zelda helped me in understanding why I'm so, let's say, happy to be with you today. Because it is important to share that when you talk about the space, we conceive that is something for scientists, for people who study strange people who study only. No, now my job is really amazing, because I consider it as a bridge between the state-of-art technologies and really the civil community. Today, it is quite normal for all of us to see images from satellite, and to see, I will show you after, to see lots of things from satellite as a normal video. It was not 20 years ago, it was not even 15 years ago. And my pride is to have participated to this evolution of the humankind, just with my very poor contribution. Lots of people is contributing still and will contribute. And you guys that you are listening to me will really can give lots of steps forward. This new way of looking at our Earth. As I said, when I started, we didn't know the problem of the climate change. We didn't really care of that. We didn't know that we can have this great impact on our Earth. Now we know, but now, since we employed our strength to understand and to go and to study, essentially, we understood that we can give an answer to all these issues, also through the observation of the Earth. Staying together. Another message that is important for me is that nobody can reach these goals alone. Not alone by himself, but not alone as a community. All these success, let's say, or in any case, any job has been done together with other peoples in different agencies in all over the world. So for me, it's a proud to stay with you today, because I hope to have the occasion to collaborate also with you in the future, because now is a let's say a way to say diversity, inclusion for the science and for the technological steps. These words are very let's say plenty of meaning, as a plenty of meaning. I will try to give you another video. I hope to succeed without an incident. Okay. Let's see if I am. Can you see, Zelda?
It will come. You already clicked on it.
Okay. Okay. So this is Cosmos Climate is one of the satellites that on which I worked. Is just to show you which kind of images we can acquire on the Earth. The technologies that we experimented on the instruments on planets have been employed to develop this kind of instruments that give you these images. And these images means that scientists can understand why the glaciers are in this completely smelling, why the eruption of the volcano is creating so many impacts. As you see in these days, we have images from Etna that is very, very, very strong in this period, and they. Oh,
we cannot see your video.
No, you can see many more.
I think you have to share it again.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Let's start again. Okay, now?
Yes, now we can see.
Okay. So as I was saying, just to give you an idea of which kind of images we can retrieve from this kind of instruments. In particular, this is a constellation of 4 satellites that gives 450 images every day, during day and during night. And so you can, let's say, have also information about the difference from one image to the other, to detect what happened between the 2 images, and to monitor the any kind of let's say scientific information that they need. This is a kind of explanation of how they can detect that the water was invading terrain. This is the Etna volcano. So you see, the first satellite was launched in 2007. We launched another. We will launch in a couple of years. So this is a story that now nobody can stop, because all people asked for these images and need for these images. The most let's say amazing story is that we now need really the the information about the satellites. And our challenge is to give to the civil community instruments that will have performances better and better to challenge all the difficulties that we have today. Just to add a word about my personal life in this period. As I said, I was working since 28 years, and I was not alone. I had a mother of 3 sons, and it is also, I say always that is also a professional proudness. I mean, to have a work balance, a work-life balance, reasonable, not to miss important steps of my sons, is something that is quite challenging. But I always consider this as a duty to demonstrate, as my mother has done, that we can do what we want if we really want, even if we have difficulties because we have to follow our sons, or because the story is not so straightforward. But I think that the most important achievement that my generation could give you guys is that it is possible. It is difficult, but it is possible. So let's go in another story. And for me, it's all. I hope to be in time. Huh? Okay.
Thank you very much. We will be asking questions that were in the chat box. Okay, I will start. So the first question is, do you think the space pollution can be managed? If yes, how can it be managed?
The space, sorry, which space?
Pollution.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Yes, yes. It's not managed by itself by space, but it has been detected. I don't know if you know that by some satellite images, for example, they try to understand the possible correlation between the COVID impact with respect the pollution intensity. Someone said, looking at the satellite images, that the intensity of pollution has an impact, let's say that augment the strength of COVID, because they see that there is a correlation in the pandemic numbers with the pollution. It is something that you can see only if you see the pollution from satellite. Otherwise, you can't do this job. So the managing means that you provide information to understand. Yes.
Okay, thank you. And our second question is, do you think that it is possible to build life on Mars in the near future with the discovery of water, or does finding water mean that there is life on Mars?
Oh, I think that now life, as we intend life, is not possible. The temperatures are very low, and there's possibly the water is salad, as I said, so there's something within. What Perseverance and the next rovers wants to do is to find bacterial and let's say a very simple form of life, not life as we intend, not strange people. Okay, this can mean that in the past there were life. Yes. Now it is impossible in the sense that we intend life as we are. No, it is not possible. In fact, if we succeed in going Mars in the next 20 years, so it's your job to go to Mars, you need to build an environment that can be compatible with the human life.
Okay, so the third question, you said that the waves were discontinuous. What do you mean by discontinuity? Do you mean that the waves are absorbed?
Yes, a part of them are absorbed, yes, and the part is reflected. From what is absorbed, from the difference, let's say, the intensity of the part that is absorbed and the part that is reflected, the scientists understood which kind of discontinuity is if it is rock, if it is water, if it is solid water. The answer, so the mix of what is absorbed and what is reflected is different. Yes.
Okay. And the next question is actually from me. You have mentioned that the investigation on Mars will help us to understand our planet and prevent it from being like Mars. So contrary to popular belief, investigations on Mars are not for finding a new planet to live, but protecting Earth from being destroyed.
Yes, in fact, yes. What the exploration of Mars is an exploration in the story. Is the same, is in a certain way to go back in our story. So to understand what was wrong on Mars and to avoid to make the same mistakes. Yes.
You said that we need to go to Mars. The next question. You said that we need to go to Mars with some special instruments to be able to reach water. Is it possible to transport these instruments to Mars and reach water, which will be enough to build a life?
If it is possible to transport this instrument on Mars.
Should I read it again?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Only the last.
Do you think, is it probable to transport these instruments to Mars and reach water, which will be enough to build a life?
Yes, it is possible. Yes, absolutely, it's possible. These landers now transport rovers. You see Perseverance, that is quite small, even though it has 200 kilos weight. But the intention is to, let's say, build a continuous transportation of things between Earth and Mars in the next 20, 30 years. It's really your job. This.
Okay, and our next question is, why do you think that space investments are necessary? Would we be able to benefit the same if the world makes these investments on Earth instead of space?
Haha, it's a famous question. Yes, it's a question that I did for me lots of times, and the answer is always the same. The technologies that we are experimenting in the space are technologies that afterwards are used on the Earth always. You, for example, you see that that covers that strange gold coverage when there's some disaster. You see that people that has a problem is covered by that are like metal coverage. These coats have been invented to protect the satellites. You see that the satellites are gold, covered by the strange metallic paper. Okay, this metallic paper now are a cover for people who has an incident, for people who has a disaster, who lives disaster. And it is a very simple example, but technologies that are employed on satellites are now used in our daily life as first. The second is that space is a way to collaborate. This is the most important story of the space. The space is a way in which people need to collaborate for science, for something that is far from us and can help humankind to be together. That is something that is still missing.
Okay, The next question is from me and Ekin. We're planning to be involved in STEM. So do you have any suggestions for us? Yeah.
To be involved in what? Sorry?
STEM.
STEM?
Science, technology.
STEM.
Yes.
Yes. I have this suggestion. Don't be scared. Don't worry. Don't worry. As I said, if you really want, you will. It's important to understand that the challenge is great, that we will face difficulties because the challenge is great, because you have to study a lot, because to have to be included in a word that is a male word. Is it important to say? It is a male word. Until we do not, let's say, invade this word, it is a male word still. But it's quite normal. As I said, when I started, there were 1%. Now we are 1%. My colleagues are for 90% men. Okay, it's normal. But I see more very large amount of girls coming on CTEM. So I hope that you will not have the problem I had. But it's still a quite male word. Don't worry about that. Don't absolutely worry about that. Be yourself. Be yourself. Don't become as the man. Be yourself.
Don't become as a man. Ornella, can you stop sharing your screen, please, so
Yes.
we can see everyone?
Okay, thanks for your suggestions. Actually, other question was actually about how do you see the situation of gender equality in the CTM world? But I think you already answered it, so I can move on
Yes.
to the next one.
Yes.
Okay, so could you elaborate on the progress in space farming more?
Sorry, I didn't catch your word at all.
Space farming.
Space farming. Oh, well, we need the space farming. If we want to go to Mars, we need farming. So when I said we have to create an environment for the humankind, I was thinking also in space farming. Yes, the presence of water in this sense is essential.
Okay, next question. How long does it take for sending a satellite to an outer planet from the planning stage to gather and analyze data? What will be the cost? How many people work for this project?
Nice question. It depends from the satellite. A satellite for exploration, as I said, takes 20 years, 15, 20 years from the first intuition to the launch, okay? Then it depends how far the satellite goes. If it goes to Mars, it lasts a couple of months to reach. If it goes through to Neptune, it takes 3 years or 4 years. So it depends from the distance. Okay. Then you receive the data. So supposing 20 years are passed, with this data you can let's say have a simple investigation. So look at images and having some evidence soon. In the case of the water, as I said, we wait 15 years to having the water evidence. So at the end, 30 years from the beginning to the end. The cost, it depends again on the kind of satellites. In any case, tens of millions, more than tens of millions. And a medium of 150 people working on, more or less.
Okay, and the next question is, we had read some news about Salda Lake in Turkey. Is it similar to Marsland or not?
Yes, Zelda showed me this. It is an important discovery for me because most of these instruments that I showed, they need to be tested on the Earth. No, we need to be sure that they are making their job before launching, because when we launch them, we lose, so we don't know if they will work or not. To be sure that they will work, we test them. And in the case of the instrument that looks at Mars, we are looking for environment that is as much similar to Mars. So Zelda gave me these links, and I see that it's really similar. And I will let's say, take note of this in the next case in which we have to test something that goes to Mars, and we can go there and to use this test, this field test. We call this field test. And normally we used a place in Morocco that is quite similar to this place in Turkey, but it's nice to have.
Okay, next question. In which spectrum do they analyze the surface of a planet?
In which, okay. The sounders that I showed you, so Marsis and Charade, were in UHF, so 1 megahertz to 4 megahertz, because they have to penetrate the surface. But if you do not need to penetrate the surface, but you want to see the surface, you can go from L band, that is 1 gigahertz, to X band, that is 13 gigahertz.
Okay, and I think our last question from the chat box is, at what point did you understand that this is it for you?
That is my work.
Yeah.
During the journey. I mean, as I was interested in Earth observation. I love to give my contribute in understanding the planet. But at a certain point, just before my thesis, I understood through my professor that this imaging radar will be my life. So in the middle of the story. But as a starting point, you should have an intuition that you can't really understand deeply, but you should have an idea of what is your dream, with the life that you dream, okay? And then you understand, step by step. Don't hurry in understanding.
Okay, thank you very much. That was all of the questions in the chat box.
Thank you I'm very pleased and honored to stay with you today. I hope to have said something that can help you in reaching your dreams.
Sada.
Congratulations. Yeah, I was thinking the first time when I saw your name on the Facebook of Pinella, our beloved Pinella. So I said, yeah, that's it. We have to invite Ornella for our girls and, you know, for us, for women, you know. So it's always so nice to see women like you, you know, be Italian, be Turkish, whatever. I mean, that doesn't make any difference. We are human and we are going to Mars whenever it is. So we are not going to look, I hope, for any gender, for any nationality. You know, we'll be human beings, and you are helping to realize this to happen. You know, I think it was very, very interesting to listen to you, Ornella. Thank you very much. For me, you know, I said, yeah, we made the decision to invite you to our club meeting. Thank you so much for coming and joining. It was really very, very interesting. And when I see the schools, you know, and the universities, the name of the universities in the chat, there are so many from Ankara, from, you know, Iraqi science schools, many young people That's really, really great. They are interested. And what I have also realized that there were not so many questions about women equality. That's very good, actually. So it was my question, you know, what do you think about gender equality? But the students didn't ask. So I think this is another big problem for them, you know, in front of the students. So thanks to them also for joining our seminar, all students who came along and to listen to you. Thank you. If is there anyone who wants to speak? Pinella, I think we have also our young BPW presidents here, international presidents, Europe presidents. If they would like to say anything, I don't know. I see Tommy here, and you know. Pinella, would you say anything for your niece, Ornella?
No.
I am proud, my dear, of you, of your life. And Ornella, let's hope that in the future we will be able to organize an European conference on Mars.
Yes.
Why not?
Yes, yes.
Why not?
With longer time. Yes, absolutely. Yes, I would be happy to be with you again. Yes, really.
Yeah, that would be great.
Thank you very much, Zelda, especially to you, because in these days we stay together a while, and I appreciate you so much, and I'm very happy to be in Turkey as soon as possible.
Yes, please, we go together to Salda Lake. It's beautiful.
Yes, it's marvelous. I want to go there. I want to go there.
Yeah, that's great news to Antalya. Yeah. So anyone who likes to speak has a comment?
With pleasure.
Zelda.
Yes, my dear Pinella.
We have also, I don't know if she is here. I saw Alice Minuto. She is the new European representative of Young. I don't know if she is with us.
I think she has left, but we have Tommy, our international president for Young PPW.
Okay, don't worry. Okay.
Hi, Tommy.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to speak. I've really learned a lot from Head to Space. I've really learned a lot from all the questions and everything. Well done for all the good jobs and the works that you're doing. I'm really glad that I can make it to this event. Thank you, Ornella Bombaci. Thank you very much.
Thank you to you for these good words to me. Thank you.
Ornella, we listened with pleasure, obtained very interesting, valuable information. Thank you very much. Thank you so much to BPW Istanbul and BPW Italy Group. Collaborations should continue in order for women to reach a better level in every field. It has been a great collaboration. Thank you very much.
Thank you to all. I'm saying that so many people are chatting, and they are continuously asking. I don't know how, but I can give my email if they have some specific questions. So to continue talking whenever they want. I will be happy to do this.
I think that would be great, Ornella, because Seher is writing here, her PhD thesis is on terraforming Mars.
Yes,
so,
in fact.
Yeah, so maybe you can have communication later on. That would be great.
Okay. In any case, they have my Facebook account that you linked. So in case they can use it for a message, and then we will find a way to have a normal exchange of information, not on Facebook. Yeah?
Maybe you can write your mail in the chat box.
Okay. Yes, that's nice.
So everybody can have and bombard you with the question.
Okay.
Of course. So I also would like to thank our moderators, Defne and Ekin. They have been superb. Thank you so much for organizing the moderation session. It was really great.
Thank you. It was very inspiring.
Okay. I sent my email, so they can use it.
Okay. So
be
before
inspired by
closing,
you, huh? Be inspired by you, not by me. Be inspired by you.
okay. So I wish everyone a very nice evening.
Very nice.
So yeah, everybody gets rest. Yeah, so thank you, Göknur Hocam. Thank you so much also for Nişantaşı University for this occasion. And I say everybody a good evening and a nice night ahead, let's say, and looking on Mars. Can we see, by the way, Mars from our windows?
I don't know today from Istanbul.
Imagine.
I don't know.
Continue imagining. Just imagine.
Okay, thank you so. Bye-bye, buonasera.
Goodbye.
Ciao.
Goodbye.
Bye,
Zelda.
ciao.
Grazie,
Ciao.
Zelda.
Ciao, everyone.
Ciao.
Ciao. Ciao,
Ciao,
ciao.
Ornellina.
Ciao, zia.
Ornella, ti ho raccolto tutte le chat, poi te le mando.
Grazie, grazie. Ciao
Grazie a
Selda,
tutti.
grazie ancora.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Ciao, bella. Ciao.
Ciao, grazie a tutto.
Ciao, Zelda.
Ciao Pinella, grazie.
Ciao.